guys, my name is Becc. I am a psychic channel and an extrasensory healer. Lately a lot has been happening in our world and I really felt called to speak a little bit about it. At this time, our world is moving into a really rapid cycle of awakening. So the Earth's vibrational frequency is actually changing her resonance. She's increasing in frequency, and so is our collective. That is the invitation here. All that you are seeing around you at the moment, it is an awakening that's happening through revelation or awareness. If you see me looking to the side, I have some notes I made on this a couple nights ago. But what you're really seeing at the moment is a time of remembrance and awakening to our hearts. It's important to remember that when you meet with an awakening in the heart, you are also going to meet with fear and anything to activate fear, to bring it up, to purify, because that is just the truth of these essences, of these energies, that love and fear are each other's opposite. Fear is really a fear of separation from love, the isness of what we are. So we are awakening into the isness of what and who we truly are. And so anything that doesn't match that, isn't helpful to that, is going to come up and purify. Collectively in our world, in a kind of outward way, it looks like things being revealed. If I had to give this year, or this time cycle I should say, which is like 2, 3-ish, 5-ish years, depending on how we go. 2 is like the most solid at the moment. It is a time of revelation and awareness. Revelation really just means revealing. So all the fear energy that's being permeated or shown at the moment through various things happening externally, it's always been there. It has always been there. And even this darkness and the weird, like the control that's being shown through something like coronavirus, the massive like weirdness of the media that you're seeing. I keep saying weirdness because I can't think of a better word. What I mean is that when I first tuned into it, I was like, this is sus. Like, sus. Suspect is the word that I would give. Your voice is wanting to be heard and seen in this time. That's my guides coming in really strong and making notes as well. But that's the awakening that's happening as well, and that's part of why I'm speaking as well. Because there's like a saturation and a flood of like fear-based stuff out there in the moment, right? So we all need to be using our voice to really sing out, sing your heart light, sing your heart song. And that first step is always of truth. So the truth that is occurring at the moment is that this is a time of remembrance and awakening. This is the return or renewal of the time cycle that was in Atlantis and Lemurian times. I know that that's like, for me, for example, I'm getting a lot of my Lemurian lifetime memories back. That's in part because of inner work that one is doing, but in part because of the collective shift at this time. And all of this really represents a choice point, a point of choice, massive important choice, for you to choose love or fear, for you to choose trust and faith or fear and despair. You are a sacred creator who has come to this time now with a specific purpose and a specific mission. And it's the other thing I wanted to share is this is not a time for dilly-dallying anymore, being a bit sort of meh about your spirituality. All of us light workers, this is the time for which we came. So all the ways that you're holding yourself back, all the ways and the things you know your heart is calling you to do, but you have been afraid or have felt like there's blockages or reasons that you can't, you need to let that go. Step fully into your heart power and trust now. Fear may still be here, and it's okay that it comes up in all of the aspects of our lives. It's all right. It's just about not letting that hold you back and understanding what it truly is. It's a belief in the need for survival only. It's a belief in what you're not. You are love. That's the essence of the Lemurian energies that are rising at this time, which is really just heart essence energy, magic, intuition, awakening, ascension. All of that is about heart consciousness and the natural things that kind of occur after that. If I awaken my heart, I become more intuitive. If I awaken my heart, I become more loving. I become peaceful, harmonious. If we collectively do that, we step into a collectively peaceful and harmonious time. You must do it individually first. And an important thing for you when you have fear in this time is to understand something really, really I cannot convey strongly enough. Love is your power. Your heart is truth. And your voice is clear. When you know and you embrace that love is your power, your voice will be true, heard, and clear. You will see with the eyes of truth. You will sense with the heart and the sensing guidance of truth. You will know exactly what you need to do next. Your mind is going to be less and less helpful at this time. You must awaken to your heart essence for it to be a tangible and real experience for you. No more like, I'm kind of doing a meditation, I'm kind of whatever. Develop a relationship with your heart and listen to and act on your intuition that shines through the heart. Everything can be cleansed and purified into truth through your heart. So I'm just checking my notes here. Yeah, when you resonate at heart energy, at love, peace, and all the qualities of heart, you actually fall out of range of negative and unhelpful lower frequencies of energy. That's what I mean by love is your power. Love is your immunity. It is immunity for unhelpful energies of all kinds in all aspects of life. It is your power. When you resonate here, you literally cannot be, you become untouchable energetically. You are safe and held in your love power. You are unstoppable in your love power. All the things that you're worried about at the moment that make you feel afraid of darker people, darker energies, externally and in the world in a big way and all of that, they need you to be resonating at a certain frequency, the lower, for it to be a match to you. So if you keep magnetically practicing being magnetically pulled and holding yourself in your heart, you fall out of range. And love is your immunity. It is your power. It is a natural shield. There's nothing you need to do other than be here now. So I'm going to keep checking my notes a little bit. Meet with what you face, fear or confusion, grief or loss, anything, with love. Meet with it in compassion, Become strong in love so you can hold anything that arises in you with a recognition of like, this is here, this unhelpful belief or this fear or pain is here, and I'm going to bring love to it. You begin to use the spirit heart that you are to hold and encapsulate that afraid feeling. And then naturally the feeling dissipates as it becomes more and more in resonance with truth. This is not to be in denial of fear or grief or that unhelpful things can be happening in our world. But our way through, our way forwards, is to allow what you see around you and reaffirm what you want. I allow the suffering because it is here. I don't control it. All that means is that I'm not trying to control and fix and change something that's already happened. If a feeling of fear is already in me, it's already in me. If I come at it with an attitude of trying to change it from like, it shouldn't be here, and I'm not initially in a total acceptance of it, I am at war with myself and I perpetuate war externally and in our world. No more of that. When fear arises, this can be here. I am here with this loving presence. This makes sense and it's okay, it's here. I don't like it, it's not comfortable, but it's here. I accept that it's like in me right now. Then I bring love and peace. What can I do to feel more peaceful and relaxed? What can I do to stabilize my being? My guides are saying my force field, because you need to understand that in this time, the energies are getting stronger, so we want you to stabilize your field. And force field is just a very cool sci-fi word to describe that, but it does become like a force field. If you are stabilized and you are centered in your heart, that's what I mean. Love is your immunity. Love is your shield. You don't have to do anything fixing or changing or blocking. So one way I'm remembering now that my guides wanted me to speak about was it's really important for us to be connected to nature and earth right now. And again, if you think about the correlation, meaning the mirroring that's happening now from that time in Lemuria, which was a very earth-based society. Earth and magic were one and the same. That's what we're being called to do. That's why you're seeing in the consciousness communities more of like a tribal gatherings and things like that are happening. What you're also going to start to see is people who are earth healers or earth shamans being called to do more kind of grid work or shamanic ceremony and ritual for our earth. We are remembering who we were, who we are. It's not just like going back in time and reliving Lemuria. It's about the essences that were active in that time and redistributing them, re-feeling them, re-embodying them here and now after such a dark cycle. So we are going to be stepping more into our magic, and that's why if you are an intuitive or a psychic or a light worker of any kind, working with the body and earth-based things, anything that you're doing that is of service and contribution to awakening or to our earth or to the people, shine your light. Shine your light now. Awaken, and you will be unstoppable. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Step into your power, into your magic. We are each magical. We are each capable of attunement to the higher self, registering what we need to do next and flowing in that flow of life. Your natural life stream energy is awakening. That's why many people know that Lemuria is, the site of it, energetic site of it was Hawaii. And Hawaii and Lemuria, they share, and they are a life force energy. If you tune into it, the energy is like Kundalini, because that is the energy of awakening. It's the energy of being fully alive and vibrancy. So step into your full aliveness in every area of your life. Where have you been holding back? What have you been saying no to where life is saying yes? Trust in your truth. Listen to your heart for the truth. There is no other place for it. You can receive things, but you filter it through your heart. So if what I'm saying, like to you, feels good and feels like truth, then it's truth. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. You filter it with your heart. I'm checking the notes still. Fear is nothing more than a call to love. That is what the fear is. The fear energy that's happening at the moment in our world, you could look at it in two ways, and again it brings us to that choice. You could look at, this is a time of awakening. All that's happening and coming up now, the darkness, especially the weirdness I was talking about, it's always been there. It's actually just becoming visible now. So nothing's really changed. The level, degree of unsafety that we've always been in with our world leaders and all those insidious things, that's always been there. Child trafficking, all that stuff that's coming up for light, it's always been there. You just haven't been aware of it. And now you're aware of it, you're feeling an unsafety in reaction. But we've always been that unsafe. It's always been the time to step into your heart, to step into your truth. It's just a kind of a very human thing that it takes that much for us to really step into. It takes that much of the feeling of darkness and the feeling of safety for us to actually be like, oh yeah, I need to step into my heart now. Yeah. I guess what I want to say is that we need to step into our heart, that your heart is so powerful. I think that that's the biggest thing for me to convey to you is I can't find the words for it, because it's through direct experience that you will understand that when you're in your heart. I'll give you an example. I was half asleep one night, and when you're half asleep like that, you can kind of be more aware of your astral travels, being out of body as we all are each night, interdimensional travel. But I noticed on one of those levels there was an unhelpful being, a darker being that was trying to touch me or do something, and because I was half awake but still astral there anyway, I was scared, and I was really scared, and the fear was activated, but I had enough thought to be like, oh, I know what to do. And I said to myself, and I repeated in myself, I am love. I am love. And that was kind of all that I could do, because the fear was so active and stuff. Maybe there's energy techniques that you like to do and da-da-da, but I like to say I am love or something like that to affirm the energy that I want to build, because that actually happens when you affirm things. So I said, I am love, I am love, I am love. And I was still a bit scared, the fear was still there. I didn't solve my fear in that moment or overnight. But saying that just a few times was enough to pull me out of range of that being. So they could no longer be doing whatever they were doing, and I was safe. So it really doesn't take all that much, and those unhelpful energies of any kind, whether it's in the form of a weird extra dimensional being or a situation in our world, you are the director of your frequency. If you cultivate love in you, they just fall out of range. And this being I'm talking about, this sort of disappeared in a staticky way. It wasn't that he disappeared, I shifted out of there. I shifted. So it's really, really beautiful to honor and understand the relationship with your heart in a direct way. I have a video on connecting with the higher self, all love blooms from the heart. Please watch that and practice and cultivate it to what feels good for you. Any heart and love techniques, or any technique ever, you should adjust it to what feels right for you. You know. But you can also totally just use it as it is, or use it as a frame, whatever. But love is your immunity. Love is our power. And we step into awakening now. We step into truth now. We are free. We are brave and wild light.